Recording button. The recording's working. Right, okay. Okay. Anyway, hey guys, and welcome in to today's episode of Artemis Anarchy. Episode 18, we're talking about Twitch growth and YouTube growth and all other types of growth on other platforms. Mainly focusing on the streaming aspects as well. Don't worry, this isn't a Twitch tip thing. Welcome in. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. Hey guys, and welcome in to Artemis Anarchy. Let's talk about Twitch growth, and we're going to start with what not to do. You may see it work all the time. You may see it on TikTok and YouTube and all that stuff. But follow for follow does not work. It can work, but it rarely does. It usually, anyone who says, "Oh, if you follow me, I'll follow you back," they'll do it more so they can get the follows than actual follow you back. They won't actually sit and watch your stream or anything. They will just, it's an easy tactic to get a lot of followers real quick, but it's playing the system in a way. Yes, you want to play the system a little bit here and there, but you also want to do it legitimately, if that's an easy way to put it. Like, don't try and take any shortcuts. Try and grow naturally instead of just begging people for follows or saying that you'll follow them back and make all these false promises and all that stuff. That is not a good way to grow. If you do it that way, you're just going to end up fucking yourself in the end. You're not going to do anything good with it. And yeah, just don't. It's the same with support for support. It can work for the ones that start it, but it's never going to work for anyone that to them is small. Not to what you think is small, to them and what they think is small. So basically, they'll only do support for support legitimately with other people who can benefit them. They're not gonna sit around and wait on you to blow up, but the second you blow up, they'll come crawling back and want to talk. Also, thank you Stream Elements for that. Yeah, by the way guys, we do these podcasts live on Twitch, so you guys should come over and check us out there and join in on this conversation or any other conversation that you've heard on the YouTube. And yeah, twitch.tv/Artemis_141. I'm not going to edit in. I've said it 5 times in the last 5 episodes of this, and I've still not edited it in because I'm lazy. But anyway, again, I should probably do that. It'd probably help with a little bit of growth, seeing as we, yeah, I got the underscore right this time. It would maybe help with a little bit of growth, because then it would be more of a call to action kind of looking thing. But, again, that's something you can do to help with a bit of growth, is make YouTube videos, make TikToks with your Twitch in it, and highlights from your Twitch and all that. I know I should be doing that, but again, A, I'm lazy, B, it's just the amount of effort you actually have to edit some things, especially if you want to do it good, if that makes sense. And if you don't, it's just not going to get views, it's not going to do anything, and obviously you've got to play the system with the hashtags and all that stuff and play around with the algorithm and mess about that. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, now that we've talked more about how not to grow, and even though it was very little of how not to grow, those are my main issues with stuff. Any other thing that people want to use, say hover, or say doing a TikTok that just has your thing plastered over it, those are obvious ones. Everyone knows about them. I'm not talking about them because I'm fed up of hearing about them too. Twitch tips are another thing that we are a way to talk about, because what I'm saying is this isn't a Twitch tip. This isn't any sort of tip video. I'm not telling you exactly how to grow, because guess what? I ain't growing that quick either. Don't worry about it. It takes time. Don't rush anything. Don't, expect to grow overnight. If you put the work in, you're gonna get that same back eventually. Will it happen like in a year? No. Will it happen in 2 years? No. Will it happen in 3, 4, 5, etc., etc.? Probably not. Because there is a little bit of luck involved with like content creation and stuff and that, and doing the right things at the right time, at the exact point where it needs to be executed at the right time and specifically done. But you're not going to know that until, well, I guess if you blow up from it, you know what I mean? Like, you're never going to, if you don't put the work in, you're not going to get anything back from it. If you put as little effort as you can in, I mean, to be honest, I do that, but I try to do it, like, I try to put a lot of work in. Oh my fucking god. Do they just start dropping stuff on purpose? I swear they do. Anyway, you guys probably didn't hear that because of the noise gate, but anyway, we're gonna go past that because that really fucking distracted me. Yeah, so back to what I was saying. I don't know what I was saying. Twitch, stuff like that, growth. Like, you're not gonna grow overnight. You're not gonna grow anytime soon. You're not gonna make it if you don't put the effort in. You're not gonna, like, yeah, like I was saying, I don't put too much effort into my, like, Twitch and all that. Like, yes, I'll go and make my own, like, overlays and stuff and try and figure out animation stuff, but that I don't count as effort because of how easy that I can come up with the idea is. So, like, I don't count that as effort to me. But if that's effort to you, then again, it's just a difference in opinion. It's a difference in the way we handle the same thing. Like, I'll do it my way, you do it your way. Whoever's works first, works first. Whoever's works second, on so forth. You know, like, nothing's ever gonna work exactly for you as it does for someone else. So, like, again, if I was to take, we'll use Jacksepticeye as an example today because I have taken a few ideas of his for, like, some things that I've done. Today's YouTube video, as well, actually for you guys on YouTube, it was Thursday/Friday's video, depending on what time I finish the stream. It'll most likely be Friday morning's video or whatever. But basically, I just out of, like, hearing Jack say it all the time, I did his outro by accident almost word for word. But once I noticed it, I did it and just went, yes, I did steal that from Jack for a second. So, but at least I'm self-aware about it. But again, we'll use Jack as an example. Everything that he's done, nothing that, well, how's this going to be worded right? If I did everything he did, it would probably be just a shitter version of what he did, basically, in a way. Like, yeah, I have that energy, I have maybe that same sort of vibe to him as well, but that doesn't work for me, doing everything that he does, because it's just not who I fully am. I've got little bits here and there that I see similarity in, but, like, I look at other creators as well and take parts from them. I take parts from other people. I have about, if I was to actually count it, I'd probably give a rough estimate of about 50 different creators that I actually have parts of on this stream, on this video, in my YouTube creation stuff, in my other shit. So go and watch a heap of creators. Go and watch, like, I don't know, 100 YouTube videos from different people, all different people, and pick apart what you like about their videos, what kept you engaged, what kept you watching, what kept you in that zone of just watching it. Like, if you notice a certain creator, you'll actually stop what you're doing and actually watch it, even if you've got YouTube on in the background. Whatever that thing is that caught your attention, find it and use it for yours. Like, obviously don't rip off the whole video or anything, but like, just get those little bits of ideas and stuff. And yeah, like, you're not gonna, you know, make the exact same content. You're not gonna make it as good. You're not gonna edit it as good. Especially if you're editing yourself and you don't have someone who knows how to edit and you don't know how to edit. Your, like, first 100 videos will probably be shit. Let's be honest. I mean, even looking at my videos just now, they're okay, but they're nothing spectacular, I would say. I know some people would maybe disagree or whatever, but again, that's, again, a difference in opinion. Because it's my stuff, I feel like it's shit. Because it's the way I see it. I don't see it as good enough, ever. Because it's not going to be good enough, because my standards are going to get higher for myself the higher I go. And I'm going to have to, you know, balance that out with doing, if I want to do editing for other people as well, and treating this more like a job. More like a, well, I'm more treating content creation in general as a secondary job, but I'm learning, like, editing through doing any content creation, and that's what makes it also your my secondary job, is what I'm wanting it as. Like, I want editing to be first, then content creation, then other shit, and then, you know, we continue down that path. Anyway, aside from that big old tangent, we're going to go back to the growth, but again, this is all pretty relevant because of the way that, well, the way that I've even grown up to where I am now, which isn't much, but it's a lot further along the line than what I thought I was going to be at this point. I thought I was only going to be hitting affiliate next month. That was the plan. The plan was to hit affiliate this year, next month. Like, and I hit it, what was it, July last year? Something like that. June or July. One of those 2 months. But, again, I underestimated myself. And yes, well, it can work. If you underestimate yourself, you're going to prove yourself wrong 90% of the time. I wouldn't say it's a great, it's not a great way of estimating where you'll be in the next year or the next, like, 2 years or blah 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 or whatever. You know what I mean? You get what I mean? Like, don't throw yourself into that mindset and put yourself at the bottom of a ladder. You know? Don't, like, say, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this. Just more like think of it as it's going to take time. Just because one thing fails doesn't mean it's the end of the whole fucking career, you know? It's not going to be the end of your life. One idea fucks up. Wow. Well, you know what you do? Throw it in the back burner. Throw that to the back. Use a new idea. Keep that same idea, because maybe you can execute it better once you get more of a flow. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm on 9 follows from, like, 200 people, which is madness, by the way. Which is a bit of a madness from, like, just from my point of view in general, to be honest. Like, nah. Weird. It's weird. But, again, it still feels weird to me, even though, like, I'm here. Even the 25 subscribers on YouTube and stuff, that's madness to me. Like, I thought maybe 2, 10, maybe at max. But yeah, again, I've seen that my content's been improving on there. It's just not quite there yet. Not for me. I force myself to watch my videos just now because like it's not even like the sound of my voice anymore that bothers me, because I've heard it that much in editing. It doesn't even fucking bother me anymore. But it's more that I'm just not my type of creator yet that I want to sit there and watch. Like, if I enjoy recording them, I enjoy editing them, but I don't enjoy sitting there and watching them yet because I'm not at that level. Like, I'm sitting there picking apart my own fucking editing, even though I've spent like, I could have spent like 6 hours on a video and I would still fucking sit there and criticize it the whole time. That's what you need to do. You need to do that. You need to sit there. You need to look at old content. Like, even once or twice a month at least, I go back and watch like at least a couple of streams like that are different weeks apart. See what I noticed that went wrong. See if I like picked up on that from like the week before or whatever. Or I just didn't feel as energized. I didn't feel as, you know, up to content creation that week, but I still did it because, I don't know, self-destruction. Probably. The thing is, I don't really care about doing this as a career, if you know what I mean. Like, it helps because it would make it a lot easier to do like a lot more of this stuff, because I do find this stuff fun, but it's not my, you know, number one choice for a career in a way, if that makes sense. But again, it's still fun. It's still fun to do. Like, I could be, you know, doing all this shit for nothing, and maybe I'll find something else to do, but so far I've been enjoying it. It's been working. But even if it wasn't working, I don't think I would care too much, and I'd still probably do it just for shits and giggles because boredom. But again, that's why I've started to lean more into the YouTube side of things, because I can pick my times to do it. I can pick a lot more of what I want to do, and I don't have to like plan stuff like weeks ahead for YouTube, really. Like, especially for a lot of the single player games I do, I can just be like, oh, I'm feeling like playing this today, let's go do that right fucking now. If I was to like get a group and all that, I couldn't do that. I'd have to plan it out so everyone was available, everyone was there at the right time. I could actually record stuff, edit it all, give them credit, get their footage over for some like skip bits and all that stuff. Like, I have a plan in my head for it all. It's just actually executing it is a lot more difficult than everything else. That's what the main problem is. But a lot of people seem to think that, yeah, if you're recording already with like a group of people that you usually play games with, that also works. But again, it's getting that roped into it so that they know and they start doing stuff that is just stupid shit or whatever. And yeah, so yeah, it's a fair plan to like try it that way, as long as you know that you're gonna have to edit it a lot more than what you would with like planning it out and having a quick plan before starting the recording and stuff like that. Like, obviously I'm wanting to start doing that soon, but I'm getting the plan in my head for it like right now. As we're talking, I'm planning ahead for that, for like who I'm getting in, who I'm wanting to do these videos with and stuff. And yeah, I'm just going to start making a plan for one day a week where we do those type of recording sessions that will get me about 2 or 3 videos, depending on the game. It might only get me 1 video. I don't care, because it's me that's editing it anyway. But again, it gets me 1 or 2 videos, give or take, a couple of videos extra. But again, it's just getting those people around at those times, or even having like 3 different groups in the same day. Like, if I was to start recording at 6 o'clock in the morning, for me, maybe, I don't know what that would be for some of the others, that'd be like, they're 8 o'clock at night, or whatever. Or, closer to our time, blah, blah, blah. And then the middle of the day is the more UK based people that I want to play games with. And then at the night time, it's a mix of both. And just getting all those groups to be coordinated, if I wanted to do it that way, where I had different games going, different, comedy kind of things going for different certain groups, because certain groups can do some certain bits of comedy better, or whatever. And it's just, you just need to find that balance. You need to find where that sweet spot is to actually do everything, to get everyone doing stuff. Oh, Nerd Titan, thank you for the sub. 4 months in a row. Damn, that's madness. How you doing? But yeah, like, that's kind of the idea, is that kind of stuff. But yeah, like, again, like, it's just all about planning. It's all about finding those sweet spots that you need to do other stuff. You need to make sure that you've got, I can't remember what I was speaking there. Yeah, not bad. Just waiting for Amazon to deliver my pack. Fair enough. Amazon's a pain in the fucking ass. Sometimes. Only sometimes. Well, a lot of the time. But yeah, like, just finding that sweet spot for recording with everyone that I want to record with. It weaves very little, I guess, sleep in a way. Like, there's a lot more getting that. Yeah, the content grind is such a bitch. Why do you think I do the podcast live? Why do you think I do this podcast live? Because A, it gives you guys a bit of stream content, I think, 3 days, 4 days early? You guys get the podcast 4 days earlier than YouTube do, because I put that out on a Monday, or 3 days, I can't remember, I can't count, okay? But, like, once you start attacking certain things with, like, double content and stuff like that, that's when it becomes better. Like, my idea for this week, hopefully, fingers crossed if it works, but, like, I'm planning on doing, like a YouTube video, but recording it while I'm also live on either YouTube or Twitch, depending which one I'm doing it on. And then the idea from that is that then when I'm doing the live stream of me editing it, that's again double content. I can make that into a separate tutorial video if I'm talking through what I'm doing for each part. And that's kind of the way that I've been thinking about other content ideas, because it's a bit, you guys get a bit of insight into what I have to do and how I record my videos separately to what you see on, like, the screen when you're watching the YouTube videos and stuff. Because, like, I do it, the way I do it is a 3840 by 1080 screen. I've got it on a separate profile on OBS, so it records my camera in full. I know I could use source record and all that. It's just, this way makes it just easier for me to split up. I don't have to separate audio and stuff like that. And, like, all I have to really do after that is equalize everything, because like some games need a bit of equalizing, and it's just either I've not brought the game volume up enough, or I've put it too high and it just needs to come down a little bit. Again, I probably would benefit from doing source record or whatever, but it's just a pain in the fucking ass for me. And yeah, just doing all that kind of stuff just makes it a bit easier. But again, that's the way it works for me. Like doing that recording, that type of recording, that's the way it works for me. Might not work that way for you, but for me it gets those better ways of messing about like in post-production. Like I can make the camera large and take up the full screen if I'm trying to like add emphasis on a joke or something. And yeah, like that might work for me, but it doesn't work for you. That's also another thing I stole, well, not stole, but I got the idea from, was it Call Me Kevin that I see him do a lot? I think it was Kevin that gave me the idea to start doing that type of stuff and messing about with that stuff. But like I know a lot of like YouTubers do that, so it's like very basic. Pretty easy editing as well. It's not exactly the hardest thing on the planet. So yeah, like all that kind of stuff just clicks in my brain as well. But yeah, Twitch is another beast completely, basically, because, well, obviously there's not much discoverability. There's been a few things that have tried to solve that discoverability issue, but we know how most people feel about them, and we know my thoughts on it now. If you haven't seen it, go and check the last video of the podcast, because I'm just done talking about you know who. Because I'm fed up of seeing it, so I don't want to talk about it, because I know I'll end up just showing up again, so done. You want to hear my thoughts on it? You know where to look. But yeah, just getting all that kind of, like, Twitch's discoverability issue isn't too much of an issue, in a way. Like, to me it's not an issue, to you it might be. Like, obviously, like, I do a lot of I try to promote my Twitch as much as I can on, like, you know, TikTok and Twitter and YouTube and all that stuff. But, like, there's just some things you can't control, and, well, you can't control them, so seems like it's more just either you're not putting out quality content, or you're making content for the wrong reasons. Because, like, that's the way I see it, is that if you're getting pissed off a lot, like so much, because you're not growing fast, or you're not growing as fast as you want it to be, you're in it for the wrong reasons. Don't start content creation because you're going to get money, because there's a very small chance you'll get money, like, straight away. There's a small chance you're gonna, you know, blow up like fucking half of the people that blow up on TikTok. Like, you're not gonna blow up like that unless you know how to play the system of, like, TikTok and Twitch and YouTube, or you have someone who knows what they're doing. Money from streaming, what's that? I know, right? Imagine getting money from streaming. Imagine. That would be amazing. Hint, hint, Twitch. Ad incentive, please. Thank you. Yeah, you can just give me that now if you want, Twitch. If you're watching, which you're most likely not, but, you know, just as well mention them, you know, while we're here. But yeah, like, there's a lot of factors that come into making any sort of content from Twitch, or making any income from, like, Twitch, YouTube, all that stuff. Firstly, you've got to hit their monetization like milestones first, and even then you're not guaranteed to, you know, get all that money straight away. You're not guaranteed to get like certain things. Like obviously the money side of things isn't my strong suit for like Twitch and ads and YouTube and ads and all that stuff. I couldn't fucking tell you for the life of me what they all like do and how everything works, but I have a base understanding that it's more to do with, well, especially for YouTube, it's more to do with views, I believe, because, and same with most places, it's more they look at what's getting a lot of views and what's hitting those like high numbers and stuff that gets that, you know, product pushed out there. And like again, I've seen how like, especially just now for me, that's a big thing that I get annoyed with YouTube, is that I just keep seeing reaction videos. Yes, they're okay content. I like to see what other people's like reactions to certain things are, especially if it's something I've already watched. It's just an interesting thing to look at and see how other people react to it. But it's boring. It's the most boring sort of content, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Especially why I've stayed away from it, really. That and the fact that you can easily get copyrighted and stuff for certain things. Certain places will just copyright and say no, and just take any ad revenue you would have made from said video. So like, there's not much point. There's not much of an incentive to do it. But either way, it doesn't make a difference. You're going to get screwed either way. Because, well, obviously, reaction videos kind of do well on YouTube just now, because that's what's getting all of the views, and yeah. But you can see, like, I've even looked at like other like the smaller channels of like reaction channels. Like reaction channels, if they're starting out as reaction channels, I've seen a lot that are just absolute shit and have no, they don't add any what is it? They don't add any like comedic joke, like comedy, or they just kind of go oh sound like a fucking hyperventilating fucking asthmatic, which I should know. Fucking hyperventilating, fucking having an asthma attack at the same time, and just doing everything. It sounded, some of the reactions sounded exactly like when I had an asthma attack in fucking, like, when I was like 10. I'm not even joking, like almost the exact same sound. And it's just like, you're sitting there like, what the fuck? But yeah, I don't know what to, you know, say for growth, really. I may be Twitch's #1 professional, but I ain't got a fucking clue. I don't think anyone does have a clue on what they're doing, really. They're guessing, and it seems to work. And that's what mainly works. Is just guesswork. Just hope, just do it, and if it doesn't work, well, it doesn't fucking work. Try the next thing, and all that stuff. But yeah, I think that's everything. I would say, what would we categorize that as? Content, and yeah, we'll say that's it done for the content kind of involved in creating content. Yeah, that made sense. Twitch is Twitch and YouTube's #1 professional right here, people. Can't you tell? Because I totally didn't fuck that up. You fucked that up. That was your fault. Yeah? Your fault. Yeah, you take the blame. Another great thing about being a content creator, you just blame everyone else for your problems. Okay, that's not more such a thing of a content creator. That's just being just lazy and not taking responsibility for your actions, which a lot of people do. Anyway, yeah, so what I want to go on to next is like all the, because like I've touched on editing in that section there, but I wanted to make it its own thing as well. Like, again, I know I talk about editing almost every podcast. Yes, I know it's boring sometimes for certain people, but like the editing side of things is pretty important. That and the planning, I probably should have done the planning, then the content, then the editing, but apparently we fucked that up, so it's fine. Anyway, I know I could go back and edit like the planning part into it, but it's that just, you know, all interconnected. It doesn't make much of a difference. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do like a lot of the planning and editing in the same category, kind of, is in a way, actually, because like if you've got a plan for a certain way that you want the video to come out, you're obviously going to have the editing in the final product done, but you're still going to have that plan, so you're wanting to get it edited the way it, you know, should come out. It should come out as either quick sections, if that's what you're wanting. If you're wanting quick clips from like, say, like a 3-hour long recording session, and you take like 2-minute clips from a couple of those bits, or like 5-minute clips from those bits, and then that's like 3 or 4 like decent sized chunks, and that's your video. Like, as long as they parts all interconnect into each other in a way, but if those don't, like, you know, come into each other and be like connected in every way they can be connected, it won't make for a good video, is what I've learned. And trust me, a couple of my videos that I've done recently, I've cut out a big chunk because like it did not make sense if it was in there. Even some of the bits that I do leave in there don't make sense, and then once I go and watch the video back again, it's like, I shouldn't have left that in there. I should have fucking done something different. I should have like done this, done that. But again, when you're editing the next video, you're going to have that in the back of your head. Oh, I fucked up this on this video. Let's try and fix that for this video. You know? For this next one, for the one after it, for blah 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 blah. You get the point. But my monitor's way to turn off. No, it's not. Never mind. I just stopped it. But we're going to ignore that fact. I don't know why I said that. I was narrating everything I was doing basically there for a second. But yeah. So like, what you need to learn to do, especially for anyone who's either starting to make YouTube content or anything like that, obviously, again, take any advice I give with a grain of salt, because I am not an actual professional. We just pretend I am, because I'm a professional at breaking things, and you're not a professional unless you break something. So like, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So my advice for anyone who's like starting to make videos, just make it. Just, if you think it's going to be edited good in a way, edit it that way. Don't second guess yourself. Don't, you know, overthink it. Just edit it. Just record it. Edit it. Publish it. Just, as long as you don't give a shit about it doing good, like, don't expect like your first like 3 or 4 to ever be any sort of good content, good quality, good edit. Just get it out there so you can So the people who do watch it, and if they want to give criticism, they can, and then you don't have to go back and watch your full video. You can just watch those bits that people are criticizing, and those are the bits that are going to be the next things you mess about with, the next things you stop watching. Stop watching, cut out. That's what I meant. Same thing, basically, kind of. But like, as long as you know where everything goes and how you want your videos to flow, then you're sorted. Like, obviously, not yet. No, yeah. Yeah, great English in there. Yep, 100%. Best English I've ever heard. Anyway, like, what I'm going to be doing soon, but not quite yet. Yeah, that's better English. Call myself out so I don't have to edit it. That's the only reason. So yeah. Yeah, so like I'm doing skate videos soon-ish, hopefully. The better the weather gets, the better blah blah blah. The more time I can get out skating and plan out stuff for like skate fucking videos and stuff. Even for like when I do the solo recordings for the first few, I know they're going to be shit. I know they're not going to be the greatest recorded. They're not going to be the greatest, you know, the greatest you've ever seen or anything. But I'm still going to edit them and upload them and get your guys' criticism on them, because that's what I want to know. I want to know what you like about the skate videos once I do them. I want to know what the bad parts are. Like, obviously, if I do start it very soon, like once it does start drying up very soon, which it should hopefully be. But yeah, what we're gonna do from that is we're gonna just, you know, get that feedback. We're not gonna have great audio quality or anything for the microphone wise, because A, I will be using a GoPro, and B, I'm solo filming as well, which also doesn't help, but I will try and fix as much of that as I can when I'm editing it. But aside from that, it's just, you just gotta play it like it's a normal YouTube video. I'll treat it like a normal YouTube video. I'll even do like a heap of shit like a normal YouTube video, but obviously it's on this. And obviously I can only get to an hour on this because I forgot to get an SD card, but hopefully I get an SD card before that. Which I will be buying at some point soon-ish. Hopefully. But yeah, just like doing all that kind of stuff is going to be what I want to do with everything, with the YouTube, with Twitch, with all that kind of stuff. Obviously, if we do Twitch skate streams, we're not going to get, you know, the greatest mic quality at all, but it'll be good enough to pass, because you guys know what I'm like. I just don't give a shit. But yeah, like, just don't, I'm not worrying about these skate videos being the greatest thing that I've ever done, because A, I'm pretty shit at skating. Like, I can do the most basic of tricks that you can think of. And no, not a kickflip. Not yet. Give it time. Give me at least another few weeks to get the kickflip down, because I'm close, but I'm not that close. But yeah, once I can do it though, I will maybe do a simple video on like a tutorial kind of video on how to do a kickflip and what worked for me. Because like, there's a lot of mistakes that I noticed that I did when I first attempted them now. And if I had noticed them a lot quicker, I would have, you know, probably got the kickflip quicker. I would have, you know, got everything done. But once I know how to kickflip, that's going to probably be the first skate video. I don't know why I'm still fidgeting with this GoPro. I'm literally just doing that. which you guys can hear, can't you? Yeah. So I should probably stop doing that. Anyway, yeah. So yeah. So basically, to wrap up for growth stuff, I know like I completely went on a massive tangent from that and more into the YouTube stuff. But again, like most people say, you need YouTube to grow on Twitch. You need Twitch to grow on YouTube. You need this to grow on that. Blah 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 blah. You don't. Well, they help. I will say that they help, but you don't necessarily need one and the other. You can focus more on one. Like, obviously, if you focus on two main ones, and like if you're doing like say you're doing TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, something else, right? Pick two of those that you want to focus on the most. If you want to focus on YouTube and Twitch, focus on them. You want to focus on YouTube and TikTok, focus on them. You want to focus on Twitch and TikTok, wouldn't recommend it. But like, especially if you never go down the Twitch tip route right now, because I'm fed up of seeing them. To be honest, I've been half thinking of the amount of Twitch tip videos I've seen recently. I've been half thinking of stitching them, like stitching everyone I see from now on and just taking the absolute piss. And like, I did say I was gonna record a TikTok for a Twitch tip thing to take the piss out of Twitch and all that and grow what people tell you to grow on Twitch, but I've not done that yet. I will do that soon, hopefully. It's just I've not been in the mood to be on TikTok just now. Like, I'll scroll through it for a little bit, like literally like 10 minutes, and then I'll go back to watch YouTube, or I'll go and play a game or something, even though I've not played a lot of games recently. But yeah, but yeah, I've just been thinking about, you know, doing a lot of different things with my content, you know. And obviously we know once I start skating again, my TikTok content is going to start becoming more skate orientated, because those are the closer to summer it gets, the more skate content you guys are going to get, really. But again, like I've said, if anyone wants to swap places with me, that's preferably somewhere that is good for skating 90% of the year, I mean, I'm down for a swap. Yeah, you guys can take my house, whatever. Well, not my house, but you can take my room. But yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for today's podcast. I think that's all I can think of for growth and stuff. Yeah. It wasn't too detailed. It didn't need to be too detailed, to be honest, because there's a lot more stuff, and we'd probably be here for about a 12-hour fucking podcast if I went into detail. Because this is me not being in detail, and I went on a massive rampage tangent through editing and video creation and all that stuff. Because again, you've got to make that. If you make your content work for you, and not you work for the content, that's the best way that you can probably grow, is probably what I would say. But yeah, as you can see, I'm trying to get it as close to that hour mark as I can. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Remember, hit that like button in the face, subscribe, and comment. You know, like, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on, you know, growth on Twitch and discoverability and all that stuff. But yeah, remember, don't follow for follow, don't support for support, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright, peace.